Hey, hope you're doing well this Saturday. I just got done smoking a cigar with one of my best friends, Garrett Elder. Hope you did what you enjoyed doing today. I actually worked today though. I added about 200 names to my database to market to. Just had a great day overall. For those of you that don't know me, if you're just tuning in and seeing me for the first time, my name is Jerry. I own a company called WealthX. I almost said AG Capital because I'm so used to it. The company is WealthX. I owned a company called AG Capital. We actually tore it down to the ground last week. We're restarting from scratch. I'm very excited about that. Hey, if you're just tuning in, I want to ask you to please like and share this and comment. I'm going to be talking about one of the single most influential things that I've ever learned in my entire life. And the fact is that this is the difference between success and failure. Okay? Now, I want to talk to you guys about where I was before I started winning. Okay? And this is probably over the last 5 to 10 years, right? So before I started winning, I was very, very mediocre and I had lots of potential. And I thought I was good because I was better than most people, right? And it was the comparison game. I would look at someone else to justify my own position. I would say, oh, I'm not, making all of the money I want to make, but hey, at least I'm better off than those people over there. Or, hey, I'm not perfect and I don't always do the right thing, but at least I don't do this, right? And so that's kind of what I want to talk about today and the thought process behind that. And I really do believe, guys, that this is the difference between success and failure. So one of my philosophies that I learned about, and I thought it was true for a very long time, was that you just work hard. Okay? I thought that if you just work hard, if you put in enough effort and enough basically, just time, and we call it grinding and hustling today. If you put enough of that in, you'll succeed at whatever you want to succeed at. Okay? And so this effort thing or this hustle thing, and you see people out there that still preach it. There's a couple like Gary Vaynerchuk and people that just say, oh, you just got to hustle and grind and work hard. And I want to tell you why that is not the key to success. Okay? And I'm also not going to discount the importance of hard work. It does need to be put in. But here's the thing. Prior to winning in life, prior to being at the status I'm at now that I've earned my way towards, I still put in effort. It took effort to be mediocre. Okay? And my thought process is that everything takes effort. Every single thing out there. If you talk to a person that hates what they do and they barely make it and they're paycheck to paycheck and they're just trying to pay the bills every month, you'll see them. They look exhausted. It takes effort. Okay? You also look at the person that's winning and they're prospering and their life is going well, and that takes effort. Right? And so effort apparently is not the key ingredient. Effort is not the thing that creates success. Okay, and I want to point this out because it's something that we all can naturally gravitate towards. If you're sick, that takes effort. If you're broke, that takes effort. If your relationships are broken, that takes effort, right? Life is a series of cause and effect. And in order to cause an effect, effort is needed. So my thought process is that it's the same effort to win as it is to lose. It's the same effort to be healthy as it is to be sick. It's the same effort to have a great marriage as it is to have a terrible marriage. It takes work, and it takes, basically takes you causing an effect in that area. Now, what we really need to focus on is that if it takes effort, this is the good news, this is the hope part of it. If it takes effort to fail, and it takes the effort to win, we're already putting in the effort. We're already putting in the effort, guys. If you're struggling, if you're working your way towards your goals, and I've been there, and you're just not seeing success, I don't want you to quit or get discouraged because you're already putting in the effort. Okay? There's a sequence that has to happen. In order for anything in your life to exist that you would like to have exist, there's a sequence that has to happen. It's called be, do, and have. Okay? So you need to be the right person, the right identity to achieve the things you want to achieve, right? And in order to be the right thing, that takes a difference in thought process. It takes a difference in in basically your level of prediction, right? It takes a difference in your identity. It takes a difference in who you are as a human being and as a person. And that causes you to be the quality or type of person it will take to achieve the things you're trying to achieve. Now, this is critical because in order to do that, you've got to change a lot of things about yourself, your attitudes, your belief systems. Like I said, your predictions. And what I mean by predictions is the things that you imagine. Okay, the things that you imagine happening. If you're the person that always worries that things are going to go wrong, I guarantee you that they probably always do go wrong because you're predicting that. Okay, you're predicting that it goes wrong, and your prediction will always come true. So you need to predict different things. Now, once you've handled the B side, you need to start doing different things. Okay, and this is where the effort comes in, guys. You're already doing stuff. I was already doing stuff. When I was not where I wanted to be in life, I was already doing things, okay? The missing part of the equation is I was not fulfilling the B quadrant. I was not the right person in the right identity, okay? I had programming that I was brought up with that did not create the identity that was required to do the things it would take. And I want to make sure that this hits home, guys. In order to do the right thing, you have to be the right person. In order to take the right actions, you need to be the right person. And so, like I said, it takes effort to be broke. It takes effort to be unhealthy. It takes effort to have broken relationships. It takes effort to win in those categories as well. And so if you don't have the results that you want to have, which is the third part of the equation, it doesn't mean that you need to work harder. Okay, you might be pushing the wrong vehicle. You might be behind a wall right now, and that's because you're being the wrong person. You're thinking the wrong thoughts. Your attitude's off. Your beliefs aren't there. Your identity is not the identity of somebody that is going to do the things it's required to do to take basically your dreams to where you want them to be. All right? So in order to start doing the right things, like I said, you need to change your identity. You need to change all of that stuff about yourself, but then you actually do need to take that action. You need to still put the effort in, but you're going to put it in on the right things. Okay, you're going to put the effort in on the things that actually do cause the effect that you're trying to create. And when you do that, you get to have the things that you want to have. You get to have the relationships. You get to have the lifestyle. You get to have the health. You get to have the financial position. So it's this sequence of be, do, and have. And if you get any single one of those three components off, the whole game's off, okay? If you're not being the right person, you're not going to do the right things, and you're not going to have the things you want to have. And that's why, guys, that hard work doesn't help, okay? You're already working hard. You're already putting in the effort. And so really the thing that will help you, the difference, the key to success, the difference between success and failure is who you choose to be as your identity. Now, this is tough because we've been raised in a society that tells you you can't change. You know, you've been programmed. You have this thought process that you've adapted into, and it's too late. They tell you that at age 25, your brain is done developing. And I'm here to tell you that that's bullshit. That's not real. Okay, you can change, but you have to change your identity. You literally have to look at every aspect of who you are and say, is this the person that I have to be, that's required for me to be, to do the things that are required for me to do, to have the things that I want to have in my life? Okay? So I really hope that this helps. I truly, truly believe that this is the key between success and failure. The difference maker is your identity as a person. And your identity as a person is not stuck. It's hard to change, I'll tell you that. It is hard to change, but it's not stuck. You get to change your thoughts, but that's going to take a lot of difference. And I want to just point this out. I'm going to wrap up here. Your actions are actually chemical responses. Okay? So your brain, right? I said that your being is based on your brain, right? So you have these ideas, you have these opinions, you have these thoughts, you have these considerations. And they're all based on, you know, basically your own condition as a person, right? All of the things that you believe are based on your condition as a person. And these thoughts that you have, they basically create chemical responses, right? You have glands throughout your body that release chemicals and hormones that cause you to have emotions, right? So if you've ever met somebody that's emotional, it's because they have high chemical levels. Like their brain is releasing a lot of chemicals that cause them to have emotions. And the reason that we have emotions is the emotions are what motivate us to take action. Okay? So if you're trying to just change your actions and you're not changing the B part, the thinking, the brain, all of, I believe the spirit as well, all of the things that basically select your identity and cause your identity to be what it is. If you're not addressing those and instead you're just trying to change your actions, you're trying to change a chemical addiction and you're not going to. It's not going to happen and it's not going to work, right? It's no different than taking somebody that's on cocaine or somebody that's an alcoholic and just telling them to stop. They can't. They have to change their mindset. They have to change their identity. And so just like with that person, the results that you have, if you're not happy with them, it's because of the actions you're taking. And those actions are based on the chemicals that your brain releases into your body and gives to yourself. And if you don't like those chemicals, you've got to go to the source and change your brain, right? There's this equation that I learned last year, and it's a good equation. I don't quite agree with it. It's called point FAR. So it's an acronym, PTFAR, right? And so this acronym says that your programming dictates your thoughts, right? So that's the point part. Your thoughts dictate your feelings, right? That's the emotions. Your feelings dictate your actions. Your actions then dictate your results, and you use those results to justify your programming. So it's a big circle, right? And so when I was taught this equation, I was told that the only way to fix it is to fight your emotions and to do different actions. And I'm here to say that that's not how it works. You actually have to change. You have to change the actual acronym. Okay, so I believe it's STFAR. Okay, STFAR. Your spiritual condition is actually your programming. Okay, you don't have programming, you have a spiritual condition. The condition of you as a spiritual being is what actually causes your thoughts. Okay, and those thoughts elicit chemicals into your body which cause feelings, and that's your emotions. And those chemicals cause you to react. That's the actions, right? The doing part. And those actions do give you results, and those results influence, again, your spiritual condition. Okay, so I want to just run through really quick. I'm driving home, so I got a couple minutes here. I want to run through really quick 2 scenarios, okay? So I'm going to use finances because this is what I do. Somebody that's struggling financially, and I'm not even going to pick somebody that's poor. I'm going to pick somebody that's in the middle class. You make $60,000 a year, you have 2 vehicles, you have a mortgage, you have some kids, you save $200 or $300 a month every month. Somehow you only have a few grand in the bank. If you lost your job for 6 weeks, you probably would be panicking pretty badly, right? That's middle class America, right? So those are your results. I just explained the R part of the equation. So I'm going to reverse this. You have your results, and they are where they are because of the actions you've been taking. Okay? You have been taking the actions you've been taking because of your emotions. Your emotions are based on a chemical response. So this person is paycheck to paycheck because they do things that cause them to be paycheck to paycheck. And they probably don't take responsibility for those things. They blame it. Oh, the economy is bad. Oh, money is the root of all evil. It's always something else. It's not them, right? So they take the wrong actions because that's what's causing their results, right? And those actions that they take, the actions that lead them to be paycheck to paycheck are emotional responses, okay? They are a response mechanism to their environment, right? So they feel like they need to do something, and so they do it based on their feelings. And that causes them to have the results that they currently have, right? Now, those feelings are elicited by a chemical response, and that chemical response is dictated by your thoughts. So this person has thoughts that cause chemical responses, that give them feelings, that cause them to do things that lead to them being paycheck to paycheck. Okay? Those thoughts are directly tied to this person's spiritual condition, their identity as a human being, right? So that's scenario 1. Scenario 2, let's picture somebody that's wealthy. And by wealthy, I mean they live a life by design. Okay? They don't go to work because they have to, they work because they like it. Okay? If their family member gets sick, they can write the $300,000 check to pay for the medical treatments. Okay? If they want to travel, they can. If they don't want their kids to be brainwashed by the school system, they can afford private school. That's somebody that's living life by design. That's their results, right? That's what they have. And that's only what we see. What we don't see is the actions they take to get there. They do things that cause them to be there. The reason they do things that cause them to be there is not because they have negative feelings and they fight those feelings and do something different instead. Okay, that's where we draw the line. The myth that has been taught is that, oh, everybody feels that way, everyone thinks that way, successful people just fight it. I'm here to tell you that they don't. They just don't have the same feelings. Okay, the emotions are not the same. Okay, the feelings that they have are feelings that cause them to want to do the things that it takes to cause wealth to happen. Okay, it's not, oh, I had to use my willpower. The willpower is not involved. Their effort and their thoughts are aligned, okay, because their emotions are aligned. And the reason their emotions are aligned is because they have chemicals released into their body that are positive, that cause them to feel the right way, to motivate them to want to take the action that causes the results that they have. All right, I hope you guys are tracking. I don't want to lose anyone here. The reason that they have these positive chemical reactions is because they think different thoughts. Okay, they don't think about negative things. They don't think about, well, what happens if we can't make enough money next month? They don't think about, well, what if I get cancer? They don't think about, well, what if groceries cost too much? What if I can't pay my rent? They don't think those things. Okay, guys, I used to think those things, and when I thought those things, I was freaking broke every month. It was not until I stopped thinking those things that I had different feelings. Okay? I just had my whole sales team quit. I didn't think negative thoughts. I was like, wow, this is such an opportunity. What if we can rebuild? Okay? 3 years ago, I would have been like, oh man, those guys are idiots. What am I going to do? What if we can't make enough money? All of those things would have went through my head and caused me to have feelings that released the wrong chemicals. Okay? So guys, I want to again just kind of reiterate, I'm going to go back through the rest of the circle here, but I want to reiterate, it is not willpower. It is not willpower, okay? Successful people do not have the same thoughts. They think differently, and that causes a different chemical reaction, which causes different emotions, which create different actions and different results. Now, the reason they have different thoughts is because their spiritual condition, their being, their identity is much healthier. And the reason it's much healthier is because, like I said, that circle comes all the way back around. They are not justifying their results, right? So I want to lastly draw the line that ties the first person, that's middle class America, paycheck to paycheck, to becoming the person here on this end that is successful, right? So we look at our results, right? This person that's middle class America, paycheck to paycheck, they look at their results. I looked at my results. I was that person, right? And I said, I didn't like what I saw. I don't like my results. I don't like struggling. I don't like being paycheck to paycheck. I don't like when my mom passes away and I can't help. I don't like having to work Christmas when she's sick in the hospital. Okay? That was my life at that point in time. I looked at all of that and confronted it and said, man, the reason this keeps happening to me is because I am being the kind of person that this happens to. I want to make sure you get that. The reason those things were happening to me is because I was being the kind of person that those type of things happen to. So I had to change me. I had to change me. I had to change my identity. I had to get rid of my opinions. I had to say, okay, yes, I have my opinion, but my opinion is not getting me where I want to go. So I need to get rid of it. I need to basically brainwash everything up here that's not getting me where I want to go and get rid of it. Okay? And that is done by cause and effect. Look at your thoughts, look at your identity, look at who you're being, and if it's not getting you where you need to go, you need to look at, okay, if this is my opinion, if this is a button, and I want, when I click the button, I want this to happen, I'm going to just start clicking the button over and over. I'm going to start testing and measuring, does it actually create the result that I want? And if it doesn't, I'm going to get a new damn button. I'm going to throw this one out, and I'm going to get a different one. And those are my beliefs and my identity. And when you do that, only then can you go from unsuccessful to successful. Okay, it's not willpower. You're fighting a chemical battle by just trying hard, right? Like I said, that's like trying to get a cocaine addict to stop just by telling him, hey, just try really hard. He has to decide, the beliefs that I have that cause me to want to do drugs are the wrong beliefs, and therefore I need to change my identity. And when I change my identity, then I can change my spiritual condition and my programming. And then I can think different thoughts, and then I can have different chemical responses, and then I can have different feelings and emotions, and then I'll want to take the actions that cause me to have the things I want to have in my life as results. So I know that this was a little bit long. I know that that's a little bit what is the word I'm looking for? A little bit hard for you to wield, unwieldy, right? I know that that's a little bit complex, but if you have questions, DM me. I want to help you out. This is something that I had to work through in my own life. And guys, I'm telling you, it works. Okay? It works flat out. And it starts with you not liking where you're at and saying, I'm going to change who I am. Okay? I'm going to change me. And I firmly believe that that's a spiritual condition. That's a hunk of meat, okay? That's not me. The being that lives inside this hunk of meat is me, and I need to change that being in order to fix the cycle, okay? So thank you guys for watching. Hey, I'm jacked up. I'm pumped. Thank you for liking. If you are inspired by this, please share it. People need to see this. There are not books being written about this. There are not people speaking about this. I had to search so hard to learn this and find this information. It took me almost a decade to do so. So I'm sharing this freely. I want as many people as I can to know about this cycle and know about this message and how to change it, okay? So please share it. Please get the word out. I love the likes. Thank you. I love to see the likes, the hearts, all of that stuff. Like I said, if this is confusing to you, or if it's not confusing, you just like it and you want to learn more, direct message me or even text me. My personal cell number is 907-414-5337. And I do need to pitch before I get off here, okay? You know I'm going to pitch, right? So I own a company called WealthX. If you are a family or an individual, so if you're like mom, dad, wife, kid with, or mom or dad with kids, that kind of a situation, or you're an individual, you're just working at your job and you want to build wealth, here's what I can do for you. If you sit down with me within 2 meetings, I can reduce your life, health insurance, and investment costs by 73%. I can guarantee an increase in your savings rate, and I can secure an 8 to 10% annual fixed rate of return on your investments without touching Wall Street. Okay, that's my pitch for you if you're a family or an individual, right? Now, if you're a business owner and you have employees, here's what I can do for you. I can lower your health insurance costs for your entire company by about 50%. I can reduce your cost per employee out of your pocket down to $250 a month. And then I can provide free one-on-one wealth coaching for every single person in your company so that you see increased productivity and reduced turnover. Okay. So if you want to learn more about that, I want you to go to my website right now. It still is agcapitalgroup.com. Okay. So www.agcapitalgroup.com. I'll post the link in this comment feed. Please check it out. And I have one last pitch for you. If you see what I do and you're like, man, that's really attractive, for some reason I get excited, that is your spirit telling you that we're supposed to be working together. Okay? That's literally your inside of you, your spiritual condition, your being telling you, hey, this is somebody I need to be in business with. Okay? If you want to come work with me at WealthX, here's my pitch for you. Okay? I can teach you how to build a business. I have done it. Okay, I've done it. I've written everything down. I've basically created instructions. You just have to follow it. So I'm going to teach you how to build a business. I'm going to help you double your income in 18 months or less. And I'm going to help you own your true potential doing something that actually impacts lives. Okay, you're not just punching the clock and working a 40-hour work week. You're changing lives. You get to do the things that I'm doing. So guys, there's 3 pitches in less than a minute. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I have date night tonight. Tomorrow is my Sabbath. If you have questions about that, hit me up too. Also hit Jeremy Tompkins up. He can educate you on the Sabbath. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a great Saturday night.